Hello everyone. I wanted to devote this video to the classical English literature that we will be doing next year, that is during the third year. The English literature segment will be subdivided into classical literature on one hand and some parts of the contemporary literature. So this video will be about the first part. We will try to use some kind of a chronological criterion, but also try to cover the British literature, American, and some parts of also of New Zealand and Australian literature. So we will begin with the English classicism with the work that is called The Rape of the Lock by Alexander Pope, and as you can see, it has had lots of lots of publications. So the first time it was published was actually in 1712. It is very important because of the humor that that it has. I'm sure that you must have heard by now about the typical British humor. So it is called the mock heroic because it sort of takes a very serious genre such as epic. So when you say epic in literature, your first association should be Gilgamesh or something heroic. However, he uses the heroism in a completely inappropriate context, and that is heroism involves the rape, and this rape does not mean the physical aggression onto a female body or body in general. The rape also means the stealing away of something, or it used to mean at the time when the word was used. So for us today, I mean in 21st century, the book is really important in two respects. The first one is the satire that it uses, and the second one is connected with feminism. We should make sure that Alexander Pope was everything but feminist, but we will also try to look at the work from this perspective of the misogyny. The second author that we will be working on is, of course, Edgar Allan Poe. I'm sure that many of you have read something written by Edgar Allan Poe so far, and today I will just focus on two of his works, and we will do more than two. The most important ones are The Raven, and on one hand, and The Telltale Heart. So as for The Telltale Heart, I think there is already the PDF uploaded on PBWorks, so you may like to use your summer holiday in order to read it. We will work on Edgar Allan Poe really extensively, probably 5 to 6 classes devoted to him, because my teaching experience so far has told me that the students really appreciate, for some reason, Edgar Allan Poe. So he is very interesting for our generation, that is, again, for 21st century, because he kind of uses the elements of the detective story, horror, and psychological horror in order to provoke, to trigger the adrenaline reaction from his readers. Of course, we will also try to put his work in context, in the context of the time that he lived in, and especially with regard to his biography. Okay, so the spectacled creature here is called William Makepeace Thackeray, and with the work done by him, we are already into the into the Victorian era. In the meantime, we will probably work on Byron as well. I'm not sure about this because I know that George Gordon Byron is part of your a part of your literature program in general. So I'm not sure whether it is necessary to cover this guy and English romantics in English romanticism in general. So we will work on English romanticism, which precedes the Victorian era when William Makepeace Thackeray lived. But I'm not sure that among these romantic poets we will devote a lot of time to Byron. Anyways, the work we will be dealing with, which you may like to read during the summer holidays, called Vanity Fair. If you wish, by June the 19th, you may like to come to school and take, there are, I think, 2 or 3 copies in our school library, so you can take it there, or maybe find, okay, I think these are some fake download sites, but I'm sure it's a classic. Maybe perhaps you can also find it on, yeah, definitely here, full text archive if you want to read it online. Yeah, so you can also see it's been done in parts. It's a huge book. If you could find the let's say abridged or reader friendly, okay, impatient reader friendly version, that would be really okay. So speaking of both Vanity Fair and the book written by Emily Bronte, I have to announce that tomorrow I will also upload some recommendations for movies during your summer holiday, and these will also include Vanity Fair as a movie and Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. So Emily Bronte, we are still in the Victorian era. Perhaps some of you have already read it or have watched the film. Anyways, it's a very, very important book in terms of psychological novel. I definitely do not recommend reading either Vanity Fair or Wuthering Heights in Serbian translation, because so much is lost in this translation. There hasn't been a very good Serbian language translation of these of either of these works. So stick to English language. Try and find some abridged version, or at least watch the movie. Okay, and finally, in terms of poetry, apart from Edgar Allan Poe in American literature, we will be working on English Romanticism, especially these three poets, Blake, Wordsworth, and sorry, and Coleridge, probably for a couple of classes, 5 to 6 classes. So if you want to read some of their poetry in advance, it is just you just have to visit this site, subbritannica.com/art. Please do not check anything about the Romantics or any other poets for that matter, or any other literature for that matter on Wikipedia, because the Wikipedia is very good. However, it is an open access site, and it is not done by the experts. So this is why I would recommend Encyclopedia Britannica instead. Okay, so we will focus on Blake, Wordsworth, and Coleridge. Of course, we will also try to cover some of the later Romantics, such as Shelley and Keats, and most probably not Byron. Perhaps we will mention at least Byron and do some comparison. between Alexander Pope and Byron, because the formal one has influenced the latter. So that would be all as far, yeah, okay, sorry, I forgot to mention that for as far as New Zealand literature is concerned, the lady we will be working on is called Catherine Mansfield. So this is Catherine Mansfield. I don't think that we have any of her work in our library, but you may like and find the story that is called The Garden Party and try and read it. So happy read and enjoy your summer with English classics, English literature classics. Tomorrow I will also be posting a video concerning contemporary English literature and the list of the writers. We will try. Of course, none of these things are a kind of a Bible and not changeable. Right now I'm working on the plan for the next school year, so 90% true that these are the classics that we will be working on. As for the contemporary writings, hear from me tomorrow. Goodbye.